Hi Pascal, this is you from the future. Just completed the video. Big warning. Don't talk about space pirates. Please, come on, don't talk about space pirates. Trust me on this. Oh man. Whoa. Hey guys, that was a very weird start to this video. Not sure what that was about, but anyway, I'm Pascal from Orange Pixel. And for those new to the channel, not you because you've been watching most of my episodes, but those other couple of people are new to the channel, so welcome. I'm a game developer currently working on Space Grunts 2, which is a turn-based roguelike game with a card battle mechanic. And right now it looks like the game will be set in a 50s, 60s sci-fi setting. I talked about that last week with the music, and this week I created new graphics for the environments, and they are very much based on the flashy colors and the vibrant colors that were present in those type of films or movies or sets, like the Star Trek set with... Anyway, I created a couple of backgrounds. I'm just going to show you a few and talk you through it. So here's some gameplay footage of the new areas, and as you can see, the further you get into the game, the more alien type thingy it will become. So it's really based on the first Space Grunts, but we're going slightly in another direction as the game progresses. So there will be more alien-like structures as you move around, and these are just the main settings that I've been drawing. There will be a bunch of other settings. These settings I'm using for this game are very simple to create, so that means I have more time left to create more settings. So there will be special areas that you can unlock or find in different ways. So besides drawing these new environments, I've also been working on a few cool new features. Stations. I originally already had a station, which is really just a certain spot in a level where you can do something. The original station I had was a health station, so you could walk to that health station and there you could use your medikits. I since replaced it because medikits can now be used anywhere in the game, but these stations were still in the game, just unused, and I now found a great purpose for it. So the first of these stations is the matter reshaper, and what it does is it turns attack items into defense items and defense items into attack items. Which really means that if you put a gun on there, you get a shield back, and if you put a shield there, you get a gun back. This is a great way to balance your current deck of cards, because weapons, shields, everything is basically a card in your card deck. So during my playtest sessions, I came to the conclusion that if you play for a longer time, you'll be using mostly attack cards, which means your deck is at some point mostly filled with defense cards, and they won't really help you if you're deeper into the game. So I needed a way to either swap them or dump them or trade them, or in this case replace them with a weapon type. So the matter reshaper was born. Now there are of course also a bunch of other type of cards, not just attack and defense, but bombs, cards and medikits and boots and things like that, and at some point you'll also have way too many cards of those type. And the problem is that the full deck has a maximum, has a limit, so at some point you'll want to get rid of these cards. So the incinerator station is now also available. You can dump anything in there and it will burn up, and you'll make room in your inventory or your card deck for new items. So those are just the first two stations, and I guess there will be more stations, but right now these were the two I really needed to get the gameplay working, basically, because it wasn't really working with how your deck was evolving during a longer gameplay session. Alright, and this is going to be a returning factor to all the videos, because I think I mentioned this in the last couple of videos. I completely redid the card rendering again. I know, but it was really needed. If you're a game developer, you're gonna call me stupid in just a few seconds, and if you're not a game developer, you probably say, well, that was a stupid idea. So, alright, what I did originally, so before this week, what I did last week to render the cards on screen, I have actually used two layers. I have a very low resolution layer where everything, all the game action takes place, and then I have a high resolution where the status bar and the heads up display and everything is shown. The cards were rendered in both layers. Parts of it were rendered in the low resolution, other parts in the high resolution. And I know this is where you can call me stupid, Thank you. So of course this was very messy because you can't overlay these cards because of all the technical stuff happening. I won't go into all those details in this video. Maybe in the blog, on the link. Maybe I'll talk about it there. I'm not sure yet because it was just very stupid. I now completely rewrote it so it all takes place in the high resolution layer, which means I can do a lot more with these cards and can have better looking cards and more text on the cards, and everything is a lot easier to process on the game side or the code side. So this is how the cards currently look. And as you can see, we now also can color these cards so that attack cards have a certain color and the defense cards have other color and skill cards will have another color, and everything just looks a lot smoother and better. And the description on the card will change because they need to be shorter and more to the point. You just want your statistics there. You want to know what does it do, and the attack and damage and health and all the extra things that happen. So that part is still gonna change, but at least the rendering is a lot easier now and a lot better. Right, and that really means that most of my work from now on will be adding new content because the core of the game is there. It still needs a lot of work and tweaks, but it is playable, it's there. We just need a bunch more cards because right now most of the cards are attack or defense cards with a few exceptions, but we need skill cards and things like that that really change the game up. So one example that I'm currently already working on is a wrench. I can't show you just yet because it's not working, but if you have the wrench card during your fight, it really allows you to upgrade all your attack cards for that turn, which makes it an interesting card to play, but it does mean the enemy can hit you because it does take up a turn. So things like that will be added to the game, and more skills and modifications. And besides all those cards, I will also be needing new creatures, new aliens, new enemies, some special environments and areas, maybe some more stations. And oh man, there's just so much stuff that I still want to add. I hope I can all make it work and have it up and running before September comes, because as I mentioned before, it will probably go into early access in September, and I just want the game to be playable and enjoyable even by those that don't really understand that early access means the game isn't done. It's gonna be a game, it's gonna be playable, just not done. Which also reminds me, last week I showed you some sketches, some sketch work. Since then I have been working on the sketch a little bit more. Let me just show you. Oh, don't fall off. All right, so as you can see here, this was the sketch. And the sketch, what I mentioned before, I sketch these on paper, then I scan them into the computer. The next step I do is redraw all the lines, the outer lines and everything, all the details. Then we start adding color to it, flat colors first. Then we start adding some shades to it. We add a little bit more shade, a second shade layer is what I like to call it. So for even the darker areas, then we add some light to it. We add brightness, extra spots and special effects, things like that. So not a lot, but some. And that's really how we build up this artwork. And as you can see, it slowly turns into a full picture with all the colors there, some special glow effects, and then if we put on the background and add the logo to the picture, and I'm pretty happy with the results so far. I think this really shows what the game is about: card battle mechanics, space, aliens, and yeah, this is gonna be Space Grunts 2. Alright, and that's it for this week's video. Hope you enjoyed watching all the new stuff happen, and next week we'll have more stuff happening. As the rest of the day I'll be drawing space pirates, because right now I only have aliens and robots in the game. And you hear that sound? Anyway, the rest of the day I'll be drawing space pirates and... Oh shit. Oh shit! Alright, apparently I should not mention space pirates in my videos. I'll keep that in mind, if only I knew before the video. Anyway, see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed the video. I can warn myself, if I just record a warning video and in edit I'll put it in front of the video so that I'll know that something's gonna happen. I'm not that stupid. Alright guys, see you next week and alright, warning message. Pascal from the past, this is you from the future. I just completed the video, and whatever you do, don't mention space pirates.